I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And if anybody would like to volunteer to do the invocation? All right, appreciate that. I'm gonna do a roll call real quick. And I have Risa Briggs.
Yep.
George Kuhn.
Here.
Hank Mass.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Rodriguez here. Bill Starnes.
Here.
And Steve Rhodes.
Here.
Thank you. We're gonna go ahead and turn it over to Steve for the budget. The fact is, the first part of the meeting is to seal the deal with the budget.
Oh, yeah, okay, so we're in a budget hearing right now, so that's a whole separate meeting.
Correct. Correct.
All right, so, we've gone through the entire process, budget calendar, all that's really left is tonight to approve it at the regular meeting, but this is a chance for the public to stand up and say something if they want to. One thing I'd like to say is I've been really grateful this year because we had a 10-person budget committee, and we've had at least that many people, it seems like, sitting in the audience, so we probably had more public participation this time than we ever had in a long time, so that's good, that's the way it should be, I think. There are some changes, and we needed to have them mentioned in the minutes. Danette from Department of Revenue called me the other day, and Greg Kramer was the guy that was kind of helping us last year with Susan Shepherd and everything, and the budget, there's a new law for their classifying government budget. So there's a general government budget, would that be like sanitation districts, who knows, so there's a fire and EMS, I think law enforcement's another one, and education has always had their own special one. So we had to, and Risa did this for me on the resolution, we had to add fire and EMS behind personnel services, material services, and capital outlay. And what it's doing is it's a fire and EMS organizational unit. So our entire budget, everything, the personnel services, materials and services, and capital outlay are allocated to the fire and EMS organizational unit. So I had to take that, and if you see the board members have it, and if anybody in the public wants it, we had to add that statement to the top of the budget. And the Department of Revenue said what they want to do was just mention that in our minutes. Since the LB1 was already posted, there's no change in any numbers or anything else, but that statement was added to the budget. And then also she asked me, we're on a friendly term, it's not an enforcement thing or anything, so as soon as we're done with this entire thing, she wants me to put the whole packet together like we have one from last year from Susan Shepherd, and send it up to her, and she'll review it and give us helpful hints for next year, that kind of stuff too. So that was nice. The LB1, let's see, did you print some of those recently? I don't know.
They're on the back. They're on the back.
Okay, did I get the?
It's right there.
The LB1 also, there was the change was that past taxes this year under the new law. It's kind of interesting. Every year they send out this handy dandy guide that has any updates for their local budget law. Well, none of their updates made it into their guide. So when I took it, when I sent it to her, she goes, well, any past taxes now aren't under fees, licenses, permits, or other charges. They're under any other resource except current year property taxes. So that was moved on the LB1 from the one that was posted. And then transfers. We have $2 worth of transfers down in the requirements. Those were moved because if we use those transfers, $1 in a couple different places on our budget to keep it open in case we ever had to transfer money. We aren't planning on transferring money. If you were planning on transferring money, then that would be allocated to the fire and emergency services. But since we're not, we had to take those $2 and move them into the not allocated to organizational unit. So there's no change in any of the totals or anything, but those $2 are moved down. So that was the changes that were done to the budget as approved by the budget committee. Let's see. we want to review appropriations? Do we want to look at the budgets? Does anybody want to? Have you guys all seen it? Do you want to see it? I kind of was just going to say as a reminder of when we first started with the budget message this year, we've allocated some money. We've been here for 20 years now. We allocated some money to facility repair and maintenance, which I think is what we needed. And then we were also looking at some more equipment and a possible brush truck if we don't get the grant. So that was that basically is the increase in the budget.
I have a question.
Yeah.
If you decide you want to pay for it outright with the funds available in the bank account, do we have to get it into this budget, or is it in this budget?
It's in this budget, it's allocated. That's
It's
why
already approved.
that's why our budget's at $485,000. Every single possible thing that could happen was in there.
Okay.
So
All right.
let's see, there's something else. Oh, I just want to review what was next. What's next is 2 copies of the resolution will have to go to the county assessor, along with LD 50, which that's the form right here. I had to download it today and fill it out so we'd be ready to do it, but we got a call about a brush fire. So anyway, it's real simple. We just add our tax rate a couple different places. And so 2 copies of this and 2 copies of the resolution will have to go to the county assessor by July 15th. And then whatever we decide to do about an audit or in lieu of report for the annual is due by September 30th to the county clerk.
And do we need a CPA to do the audit?
Well, we can do, last year they did in lieu of. I personally, I'd like to talk to Wheeler and see what he has to say about it. I'm pretty sure he said he didn't do audits.
He doesn't do audits, yes.
But maybe you could recommend, I don't like paying $3,000 for audits, but I would like paying 5, 7 something a year for an audit to make sure
Compliant.
especially after the last couple of
Well,
years.
Ken Little did it, you know, we can do it
Right.
ourselves for $40
Yeah, they
if
do.
you're under $150,000.
Right.
Correct.
So maybe with some guidance from Mr. Wheeler and all the stuff entered in that we could do that way.
In the ORSs, I believe I read that the suggested is between $500 and $750 in case they have to do an audit for that.
Right.
So,
if we can find somebody to
Your
do
call.
that, that'd be good. I think, and to me, especially after the past few years, I think we ought to at least have some help from Mr. Wheeler or somebody to do it.
What are the other copies that have to go along with the 2 copies of the resolution?
The LD 50.
LD 50, thank you.
And I have a copy of last year's, but I don't have a copy. We can fill that out in like 5 minutes. All we have to do is add our tax rate about 5 times.
That's by September, you said?
No, that's by July 15th. In September, we need to put the a budget packet together, and that's like the notices and everything. I think you've been getting those in the mail, haven't you? We have to have those, 2 copies of the budget, the resolution, LB50s, LB1s, and everything goes to the county clerk. So,
I was the one that put that one
yeah, you
together
did
last year,
Yeah,
not Susan.
yeah, okay.
I thought we did clerk and assessor. Or,
Yeah, you did the assessor first,
yeah,
July 15th, and you did the clerk on September 30th,
Yeah,
by
okay.
September 30th.
You can actually do them both at the same day.
yeah, you
Yeah,
can.
we're ready.
I did last year.
Our audit would have to be ready, or our report would have to be ready.
Yeah, that was submitted later.
So, that's all I have to say.
He did a good job, that's what I have to say.
Yeah, well, you guys did too, and I thank you for coming back with it, especially for the facility stuff and stuff, it's so important. So I guess we call it for public comment.
Does anybody in the public have any comments, questions about the budget meeting? I'm sure you must have did a good job.
Well, the community did, yeah. Thank you.
Thanks to the committee to, yes.
I'll say that the way it was laid out is
more clear and easier to understand than any of the previous budget meetings I've watched, and I've been through 3 of them now. And it was real easy to follow.
I think this setup, the way this budget is, it's gonna work out really well. What I have is every invoice that we got this year, I made copies of them and they're in a file by those account numbers. So at the end of the year, we can have those in a file. Next year, if we need to know anything about any account this year, we can pull it out, there's a file, it's got all those receipts and everything in there. So I think that's a good way to keep the file and records of.
Anything from the board? Any questions, comments?
I asked all mine as we were moving along.
All righty. No public comments, so I will entertain an adjournment of our budget meeting until our next meeting starts in 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
Make a motion?
Second?
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, our next meeting obviously in 15 minutes, we have to wait. Thank you, Steve. If you want to give me.
Quick start.
Yeah, I'll just have them out. It'll just be your name. Actually, before the what's your email or
Yeah, I have it.
Oh, no,
You have it right here. President at Lookingglass Rural Fire District.
what I'll do is I'll download
So how does it work?
this off
Get all your hand down there?
on your website, fill it all out.
The good thing about it is,